who are you Blues fan? We're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
Pregame warm-up, presented by Scott Credit Union. Yours.
Blue Note Hockey Fan Report is a game that we did not think was going to happen. It is the game that we wanted. It was the game that we hoped for, and it is here. Game number 6 with 20 minutes to go. Down by 2. No chance. With 10 minutes to go. Down by 2. No chance. With 5 minutes to go. Down by 1. No chance. Tie game. With 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Down by 1. No chance. No chance. No chance. But yet, here we are. Tyler Bozak with... It wasn't just Bozak. Bozak's shot was great, but it was the things that led up to the shot. It was Barbashev, instead of throwing it down the left-hand boards, throwing it across into that corner with Bozak coming around. Bozak throwing that puck kind of high, getting it past the defender. And Leddy, fighting it off, fighting it down, getting it, popping it up. It bouncing there off, I think it was Nishkin or whatever. And Bozak picking up being Johnny on the spot, picking up that puck and making a run for it and going where they needed to be. Oh my goodness, is this who I think it is? And I haven't. We're being blessed today with Matty C.
Hey,
Matty, how are you doing, my friend?
Good. How's my favorite vet doing?
You know what? I'm having heart attacks.
I know that.
I'm having hockey heart attacks, my friend. Hockey heart attacks. I've been writing some articles though, and that's been new. I've gotten a couple of good articles out that some people like and some don't. But that's good thing. I joined a group called Inside the Rink. Been writing for them.
Congratulations.
Yeah, tonight is interesting night.
Yes.
And for me, the pressure is not on the Blues at all. It's not. It is off the Blues. I think that the way you win, normally they say momentum doesn't go game to game, but the way you win that last game, I think it takes all the pressure off, and just makes it go out and play tonight. You go out and play, you got a chance of making this game 7.
Yeah, Christ's sake, they were tied 4-4. So, it's surprising enough that they even got to this point last game. I couldn't believe it. Like you said, the pressure
down 3-0 at the halfway point.
And the pressure was on and the Blues capitalized. So I think there's a slight momentum shift. I'm not saying there's a full shift, but there is a slight little difference.
I think it's more than slight. I get what you're saying, but when you look at how dejected Kadri was after being the superhero he was, and I'm sorry, I can't handle the stand with Nas. I can't. Right? The guy is who he is. And look, I know it's terrible what he went through, but you're standing with a guy that would just as soon end somebody's career as play a hockey game. He would. It's amazing. He's basically taken, here it is. He's done it again. He took another player out of a series. That's what? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 straight series he's done that in. Well, not three out of 4.
This time, no suspension.
Yeah, no suspension, and I still think it should have been, but that's just on me. You know, and again, I just wrote an article, and I talked about this last night, and if you're going to the game tonight, you have got to show the hockey world that the ones that did that aren't us. You have got, you know, cheer for Kadri a little bit, and then boo him all you want. But let him know, okay, racism's not right, but you are who you are, Kadri, and we hate you for being who you are. You know, and that's the way I feel about it. St. Louis is in the spotlight tonight. St. Louis is absolutely in the spotlight tonight.
Well, they have no choice. They got to win.
Yep. McDavid's not getting his ring this year. I mean, and by the way, McDavid MVP, I got to tell you something. After the things that happened in the last game, if you can't be on here when your team loses, don't be on here at all. And I got to tell you, it irks me. Now, this wasn't as bad you as it was somebody else, but I was getting taunted by you guys. The Blues win, and where were you? You were nowhere, right? You didn't show up in the third. You didn't show up in the overtime. You weren't here. So if you're going to taunt me, be willing to take it back. That's all I got to say, right? That's all I got to say. Yeah, but you were taunting about how you were going to take care of the Avs, and when the Blues won, you didn't show back up and say a damn word. You didn't say anything. I don't remember you commenting, to be honest. Right? So if you did and I forget, I apologize, but that is what it is. You know what? That's the one great thing about this talk show. I get some interaction like that. Right? Well, I hope you do take care of the Avs, but when the Blues come by, you won't take care of the Blues. So that's my point there. You're writing it off as if the Blues can't win their series, and that's what's pissing me off. Right?
It's all right, Guy. Milan Lucic took good care of them the other day.
Oh yeah. You know, makes some great playoff hockey. It really has.
You know my stance on the Avs, Guy. I don't like them. I've never liked them.
Yeah.
I don't like any of them. And my buddy Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champion, talked to me. Now, who would I rather talk to, Claude Lemieux or Darren McCarty? I think I made the right decision.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, you got to get him on my show, man. I'm hurting. I'm dying. I am, in the offseason, going to reach out to the person that we talked about that you sent me the email of.
Yes.
I'm
very
wait
hard
for the
to get
offseason with that.
Very hard.
Hey, again?
But that's okay. Very hard, but Guy is enjoying his life, and there's other things besides hockey.
Yeah, but I think in the offseason it would be easier to get to him.
Absolutely.
You know, and not only that, because I do want to cover up. Explain to me how the Oilers own the Blues. Explain to that, because the Blues had a comeback against them, and they barely lost.
So
right.
So McDavid MVP. Where were you when Nugent Hopkins were around? And what'd you say to me? I didn't see.
No, this was he was talking about Matt Lowe. Going off of him, saying the Oilers can't beat the Blues or the Avs. You know what?
Okay.
And you know what, McDavid? How about you own up and say this should be going to Game 6, not end in 5, because the NHL fucked. And I'm going to use that word. Fuck the Calgary Flames. Fuck them. Big old dildo right up the tush. That was nowhere near a distinct kicking motion, and that goal should have counted.
Now
that goal should have absolutely counted.
I'll give McDavid. I give him a lot of credit. He's a very talented player and very skilled, but I don't know. I don't see it.
No, I mean, you know, how about you come on, McDavid, and you beat, yeah, we beat him in 5, but we shouldn't have. You know.
Well, here's the thing. You call? Are you going to say Connor? No, I'm sorry. Matthews on Toronto. You're going to call him MVP too? I can say Bergeron MVP. You know.
Yeah. No.
Now I want to see.
Matthews is winning the MVP this year. Matthews is winning the MVP this year.
Now because of that, you haven't made
he's
me a
had,
Blues
that
fan,
MVP
guy.
up. He's used that. He's used that since he's been on the channel. So right.
So, well, big shout out, Bergeron MVP. How's that?
Yeah, there you go. I seen an article. Actually, you might like this on Inside the Rink. Someone wrote an article saying that the Selke Trophy should be renamed the Bergeron.
Absolutely, he's won it enough times. It's
Oh,
scary though. I
Danny,
don't know where he's
hey,
going.
Danny, share this in your group. I didn't get a chance. If you get a chance, share this in your favorite groups. Even if it's a group that tells you can't, share it anyway. Say screw them, right? You're right. Hold on. It didn't lose the series, but it did lose that game. Okay? That goal counts. I'm sorry, you look at it, they didn't score again until overtime. That goal counts. This goes to game 6. Plain and simple, that goal counts. This goes to 6. I don't think that they score again. And to me, there's other reasons why the Flames lost, but you can look at one moment and say, yeah, that moment, you add that goal there, this doesn't go to overtime. And I don't think it does. I don't think it goes to overtime.
Here, this is a Blues channel guy, and you know my stance. Yes, I respect the Blues
actually, see,
and all that.
it's not a Blues channel. This is a hockey channel that focuses on the Blues. So I don't want to be pigeonholed, right?
I'll give you that, but my honest opinion is that they beat the Colorado Avalanche. And if they don't, I hope Colorado beats the Edmonton Oilers.
No, I don't. I do not want Colorado to win anything. I actually don't want Colorado to win another game. Right? The way things have gone down, the way some things have been said and done, I'm sorry. I get the Kadri thing just blows my mind. It really does. And I don't know how. Only St. Louis fans could do this. St. Louis fans did the absolute impossible. They made Kadri likable. Nobody liked Kadri outside of his own team. And we made him likable in the entire hockey world. And that is just absolutely mind-blowing in my eyes. Mind-blowing in my eyes. So, it is what it is. Even if Coleman didn't kick that goal, it was trickling in. I can't believe that it was. It was probably going to go in. And he didn't kick it. It was momentum. His skate, there was never. Well, you know what? He is now. He is now by everybody but us. Right? For tonight, let's get on to tonight's game. Blues facing off against Colorado in St. Louis. Colorado has not lost on the road yet. Has not lost. They're 4-0. St. Louis doesn't have a great home record. They're 2-3, right? With the 2 wins coming during the Minnesota series. We'll talk about that a little bit. Marchand out 6 months after hip surgery.
Yeah, I'm over it.
You're over it already. You're like not going to miss him. You're not going to miss him for the 2 months he's gone.
Listen. If you're a real hockey fan, it's playoff time. Who cares? That's an outside story. Robert, I love you though.
Yeah, we do. Tina Lee, brand new person. Welcome to the show, Tina. Thank you for joining us here on the BlueNote Fan Report. We greatly appreciate you for being on the show. We love each and every one of you that shows up. It's amazing to have you here watching the show tonight. Absolutely love each and every one of you. Tonight's game, what is the key for you for the Blues in tonight's game?
Just get that momentum from that 3-0 and coming back and keep that in your mind. And
hey, Maddie, I'm going to give you the channel for a minute. I need to take a phone call. I will be right back. You got the ball, bud.
Sure. So everybody, like I said, I see the Blues taking them tonight, and that's just not being a Blues fan or anything like that. And Colorado, I don't think has a chance tonight with that Blues crowd, first of all. And along with that, the Colorado Avalanche will not win tonight, and I will see a lot of heavy hitting from the Blues. Also with Colorado, the McKinnon line has to show up. If the McKinnon line doesn't show up tonight, then they're done. So that's my take on it. And obviously, I don't want them to win because look at my thing. Avs suck, and I've never liked the Colorado Avalanche. Even when Ray Bourque, who was a former Bruin, played on the team, I just don't like the Colorado Avalanche at all. And I may be swinging one way because I've talked to a very vital player in Detroit, Darren McCarty. If you want to check that out on my channel, Matty C Sports for You and Me, I've talked to him twice. So check that out. And not trying to do some cross promotion, but I see your Blues winning tonight. No problem. It's whether Colorado wants to show up and end this thing. So let's do it. Let's do it tonight. I hope the Blues win. Go Blues. Guy wasn't here, everybody, so don't tell him I said that at all, because he'll hold that against me. I'm sure I'll get a St. Louis Blues jersey sent to me after this one. And yeah, I love being on this show. Shout out to Guy. He's taking a phone call. And there he is.
Sorry about that. I greatly apologize.
That's okay. I was we were talking about the Bruins, how we're disappointed they win the Stanley Cup. And
Robert Morton says OR needs to get back to shutting McKinnon down. I agree. We're the team that's facing elimination, but it seems like Colorado has all the pressure. That's absolutely true, right? That's absolutely true. They definitely have that pressure on them. And it's going to really come down. Your beard. Yeah, Maddie's beard went away. F the Avs. Yeah, I'll tell you what. For me, the Avalanche, the Avalanche have absolutely come off as, they come off as the media darling, but at the same time, it's been like, why? What have they done that's so freaking special? And they haven't done anything special, right? The Kadri thing, it is what it is. I don't want to talk about it. I'm actually sick of talking about it. I loved his dejected face in the last game. Absolutely loved it. No, it was the NHL telling me not to say anything bad about Kadri. That's what it was. Their fans are almost as bad as the Preds fans. Well, the one thing, I think that's the thing that irks me the most is prior to the last season, that building was empty. The majority of the fans that were in that building were from the other team, right? I mean, it was an easy ticket. When the Blues went there, it was an easy ticket. I remember in 2017, when I went to Vegas for that game, they played the Colorado 2 nights before. And I actually thought about taking an extra day of vacation and flying to Colorado because I could have gotten second row tickets for $100.
It's like
right?
Buffalo. You can own half the rink.
Yeah, it was that's a pretty good one. Player safety calling to give warning about water bottles. We can tang McKinnon, we win. Easier said than done. Actually, it's not maintain. You know what? It's the Jordan system, right? The Jordan philosophy. With Michael Jordan, he's going to get his 45 points. Let him get them, and stop everybody else. They can't beat us 40. We're going to score more than 45. McKinnon, if he gets a point, he gets a point. It's the other guys that we've got to stop. We've got to keep them from getting goals. We got to keep them down. McKinnon's going to do McKinnon things, just like McDavid's going to do McDavid things, right? And I apologize for getting upset at the McDavid guy and at the Lance guy and all of that. It's just, I've done really, really good with trolls, but lately, when you're one way in it, I can't stand the one way stuff because I'm here taking it both ways. Right? I'm taking it both ways. I'm here taking it both ways. Good, bad, or indifferent. I'm here. If you can't do the same, Don't throw it one way or the other. That's the way I look at it. Vladdy starts to roll tonight. I think he started rolling. His offense has picked up. His defense has been humongous. Windy! Windy, you got that wrong. I'm supposed to say let's go Blues, not go Avs, Windy. T-Lo's here. Hey, T-Lo, how you doing? Thank you so much. Ashley's not going to be with us tonight, and she has a wonderful, wonderful excuse. She's at the game.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's going with her friend, and she said her and her friend haven't lost when they've gone together this season, so let's hope that hangs in there. Big shout out to August SB, Tammy Pemberton, and Dan Bichetta for putting them thumbs in the air. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And to all of those, Kevin, Ryan, Tilo, Wendy, Matt Lowe, Robert Morton, and anybody else that I might miss for on YouTube. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you. Hey, Matt, do you think Husso has some upside talent as he gets older, even if he goes to another team? Wanting an outside opinion on Husso. Good point.
Let me just read that again.
Okay, let me put it up for you. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he's beneficial to another team. I think he's playing well in the playoffs, and he could help
I
somebody.
disagree with that.
Hey! If you were getting attacked by that team, would you do okay? Because Colorado's been very attack friendly.
I get that. I really do, but he's let in some soft goals, and I don't care whose fault it is. You can't continue to let in his GAA in this series. In this series is almost 5.
You know who I'd want is that goalie from the Rangers. Oh man,
Sherskin?
Yeah, he's something
I don't
else.
know about that. I mean, he's played very, very well, and he's probably going to win the Vezina. But at the same time, in the playoffs, I mean, Carolina in that last game just messed him up.
I don't know, man. I just think I'm surprised the Rangers are doing as well as they are. It's just ridiculous.
So he says, "Okay, Matt, answer the question now."
The Bruins are the best team in the world. No other team is as good. The Blues are just second fiddle.
Yeah, that's why they're playing golf right now and we're not.
Well, they're just training. They're trying to find out if where Bergeron should retire, what golf course he should live next to.
Actually, I think Bergeron's going to end up playing for somebody else.
No, we don't say that. That's blasphemy.
Yeah, I really do. I think that he's going to
Guy, it's not happening, Guy. Nope.
I think he leaves. I really do.
Okay, and Ryan O'Reilly's coming to the Bruins.
Swayman is playing tomorrow. Well, yeah, Swayman is playing for the Team USA in the Worlds, and he's actually been outstanding in the Worlds, right? Ryan, we know that won't be the last question. So basically, here's the thing. Husso has cost himself a lot of money in these playoffs. He really has, right? He's 2-4, right? In his 4 losses, in all but one of his games, he's given up tons of goals, right? He's given up 4 more goals in 4 of the 5 games he's played in. Is that right? 6 games. He's played in 6 games. I was looking at his numbers earlier today. Let's see if I can bring this up. It was on Money Puck. Let's see if I can bring up Money Puck. Yeah. So basically, I brought up some stuff on Money Puck, and there were some things there that stuck out to me. He's basically last in goals against average, right? But in a lot of other categories, Kemper is just barely above him. And you take out Louis Domingue, Kemper's, just right there. So Kemper hasn't played a good playoffs either, even though some people think he has. He hasn't. He really has not played a good playoff season. The Blues, I'll tell you what the Blues need to do tonight, and I know this is going to be hard for them. They need to win that 2-1, 3-2. They need to win that game where they don't score 4 goals, right? They absolutely need to win that game. That type of game. They need to win a low-scoring, physical game, because if they can keep it low-scoring, right, and keep the game, the game in front of them, that will mess with Colorado's minds more than anything else. They haven't lost a low-scoring game, right? They've all been these high-scoring games where St. Louis hasn't scored. St. Louis just needs to keep them off the board tonight and play some of the best hockey. And Husso's got to be ready at the start of each period. He cannot give up an early period goal at all. Tyler, how you doing? I see. You cannot. No, you do not have to stop McKinnon tonight. You have to stop everybody tonight. Do not focus on one player. We focused on Kadri and it cost us. We didn't focus on McKinnon in the last game and we beat him. Right? You cannot focus on one player. McKinnon is McKinnon. He's going to do McKinnon things. Okay. Right? I loved what NHL Network showed it today, and they're showing these great things McKinnon can do on the power play, except they show the puck going the other way as the Blues stop it. Right? Everyone talks about how great this team is, but on the special teams, they suck. Right? This series, they're 2 for 11. 2 for 11. Right? That's 18.2%. Their penalty kill is 4 for 11. All right? They've given up 4 goals on 11 shots, 11 tries. That's 63%. 63%. The Blues, on the other hand, are 4 for 11 on the power play, 36%, 36.4%, and 81.8 on the penalty kill. Right? The Blues special teams have been outstanding. All they've got to do is get some of them 5-on-5 goals, or, they've got to get that dirty goal that changes momentum. And that's what happened in the last game. Right? Kyler, that's just, I see what you're saying, but I don't. I think that you're still trying to focus on one aspect. And you can't focus on that one. You focus on one aspect, they beat you in another. Right?
That's everywhere in the playoffs right now.
Right? Yeah, it is. Husso needs to spot the puck quick and keep his head on a swivel. Yeah, and he needs to stop the rebounds. He needs to keep that rebound in front of him. Stop the second wave. Somewhat. Cycle, draw penalties, win. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. We were talking with a guy from the Rangers podcast the other night, and he was straight saying, talking about the Rangers cycle, he says probably the only one of the few teams that is a better cycle than the Rangers is the Blues. And the Blues, they do have a very, very good cycle. And in fact, we saw it on two of the goals. Are 2 of the 4 goals, we saw that cycle. Right? Actually, and you can go back, you can say 3 of the 5. Right? We saw that on the the Tarasenko goal, or not the Tarasenko, the Falk goal that first tied it. We saw it again on the the extra man on ice goal that tied it back up. We saw it on the overtime goal. Right? 3 of the 5 goals were from the cycle. That's like extremely important. Okay, bud, no problem, man. Thanks for showing up. We greatly appreciate it, Matt. You're welcome anytime, man. Enjoy your work. Hopefully you get to watch the goal.
Well, go Blues
The
tonight.
games.
You heard that. You heard that, right?
Yep, I did, my friend. I did.
All right, I'll talk to you.
No problem. Wendy had told me that he couldn't be here until intermission, but I seen him pop in. I guess it's just me until game time, puck drop. Um, we've learned you fire on Kemper, he'll let up goals. He's not the wall people keep calling. No, he's not, Mike. He's absolutely not. And in fact, 2 of those goals were copycats, right? They were basically the same goal. So the one by Kyrou, which was originally credited to Falk, was from Torpachenko, who was absolutely outstanding, firing off a shot that hits the pad and comes right out in front, right? Well, late in that third, that's exactly what Tarasenko does. Bet from a tougher angle, but he fires that same type of shot that comes off the pad right out to there to Robert Thomas. And I'm hoping that if Thomas got going, if that game last one got Thomas going, because he's had some really good looks and just missed. If that game got Thomas going, I think that wins us the game right here, right? We got to win that dirty game. We got to win that low scoring game, and we haven't yet, right? Jason Nichols, Jeff Horseman, August SB, Tammy Pemberton, Don Bichetta, thank you for putting those thumbs in the air. Matt Lowe, Ryan Green, Kyler Terry, and Bob Morton. Again, I love all of you. Thank you so much. Can't see everybody. I'm doing the best I can to get through it. Let me see if I can do something here real quick. Again, what I was talking about, special teams for the Blues have been just fantastic. And if they can stay fantastic, that's what it's going to be, right? If special teams can stay fantastic, I think the Blues have a chance, right? They have two power play. Colorado's gotten 2 power play goals on the Blues. That's it, 2 out of 11 tries. That's pretty good, Colorado's got this. They're leading the league with like 30-something%. Yet with St. Louis, their number is junk, right? They're at 18.2%. This is how weak Nashville's power play was, right? Our penalty kill was 18%. That's what they are against the Blues. 18%. Yet they're still leading the league at 33.3%. And the Blues are second at 32.4%. Right? I mean, and the other thing that just boggles my mind is that of the teams remaining, they're the least penalized team out there. And that's it. It boggles my mind how this team is the least penalized team. The Avalanche, that is. Right? How they don't get more penalties called on them absolutely boggles my mind. Right? During the regular season, they were the 11th most penalized team in the league. The 11th most. Right? This playoffs, let me see here. This playoffs, the only team that has less penalty minutes per game than them is the Penguins, who are already out. Right? The Rangers are down there. The Rangers are at 7.6. But the Rangers, I think, were a good team. Let me look real quick in the regular season. Let me do a quick look. So in the regular season, actually the Rangers were 20th overall in getting penalties called. So they were kind of up there. They're bottom 12. Whereas the Avalanche were 12th. I had seen something else that had them 11th, but I just don't see how a team that goes from 9 penalty minutes a game to 7. I mean, that's a huge drop. It really is. Like the Blues during the regular season were at 7.5, and that's the same percentage that they're at the same point they are now, right? They were 7.5 penalty minutes per game, and in this season they're at 8.0, half a minute more. right? That's pretty close. But Colorado goes from 9.1 to 7.3. It's too much of a drop for me. That really is, you know. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy right now with the way things are winding out, you know. And you know, the good thing is the Blues aren't the first one out of the second round. They're not the second one. They could be the third, or they could be the fourth. It all depends on what happens today and tomorrow and then Sunday. Or they could advance, right? They could advance. And that's the thing that I'm hoping for, is that they do advance. I like what's happening tonight. I think they're good. Yeah, Bissonnette's back. I've been watching NHL Network. I haven't switched over to TNT yet. Let me go ahead and do that now. Here we go. Oh, by the way, I know our buddy Chris Shockey's out there. I heard that too on 590 The Fan today. Heard what? Heard what, bud? Nashville got ran over. Yeah, they did. Thomas has been mentored by O'Reilly, and during warmups he tries to prepare like O'Reilly does. That's what I saw in an interview anyways. Well, I hope so. Yeah, Thomas can better. He was on like a 17-point streak going into the playoffs and just kind of slowed down offensively. Well, the game changes and you know, the focus changes. So that's kind of what happened. Glad they dropped Barbie to the fourth line. He needs a wake-up call, and that might be. I'm not going to argue with that. I think Torpachenko is moving himself up, right? I really like what Torpachenko's doing. I was talking about our buddy Chris Shockey, who's out camping. I got a strike, a copyright strike from Facebook yesterday for using that Minion thing. I've kind of come back and said, look, that's a happy birthday song. And that's open to everybody, but we'll see if it was actually Paramount that gave the strike. So we'll see if they give it back to me or not. But oh well, hey. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Matt Lowe. I'm lost a little bit, but that doesn't. They're talking about Tarasenko a little bit. I'm trying to listen to both and talk and do it all at the same time. But hey, that's what it is here on the BlueNote Fan Report. I'm excited. I'm just as excited as you guys are. I know Ashley is. I know Ashley's at the game. This is just going to be one of those games where the Blues just need to make things happen. All right, the Blues just need to make things happen, and if they do, right, we've got a chance. And somebody tagged me in a post, and okay, it was my post. Okay, yeah, well, I mean, somebody's watching. I appreciate it. Right, I absolutely appreciate it here. I'm kind of lost because I thought I was going to have people with me today, so I'll figure things out. Give me a second. Yes, they are, Danny. Yes, they are. But hopefully you'll share this in your group and you'll keep reporting us and supporting us and telling people how awesome we are. It's awesome as Thomas is growing into another O'Reilly. I agree with that. However, I think Thomas has a better upside when it comes to scoring goals than O'Reilly, and I'd like to see him score a lot more goals, to be honest with you. All right? Krug on the ice, but he's not going to play. He's already been ruled out for both Game 6 and Game 7. So if the Blues advance, there's a chance he could be back for the third round, which I think we would need him. I think if you want St. Louis to blow up before the game, you have Bennington hit the drum before the game starts. And that's not a bad. Oh, Ryan, that is good. I like that. I would. I absolutely would. I don't see why not. Pound it in and find that hole. That's what she said, Danny. They would get the crowd pumped. That would get the crowd pumped up for sure. I agree. I think he should if he can physically do it, and the league doesn't have a rule policy against it. I don't know why not. Right? I think that's absolutely the way they should do it. Right? They're all talking about that McKinnon goal, that's just all of that. But, I get it, but I don't get it, right? Here.
In Game 5. Just have to do it. We lost that game. The Blues played great. Great comeback by them. There's some things we addressed, but we have to move on. I think that's, you can't dwell on games.
Sounds like to me like they're already dwelling on it. So I love it. Think that first goal wins didn't work in Game 5. Hasn't worked in any game. The first goal is the team that scored the first goal. Actually, it has worked in one game. It's worked in one game where the team that scored the first goal won, and that was in Game 2. Right? That was in Game 2. All right. All right, where am I at? I think you have a distaste for McKay. I have a distaste for anybody that puts on an Avalanche jersey. I really do. I have a distaste for the way this whole Kadri thing played out. I have a distaste for the way the media portrayed it, the way the fans portrayed it. I have a real distaste for some of this. I really do. Now, with that being said, to those idiots that went there and had to use his religion and him being an Arab to make statements, that was just utterly idiotic, right? You know what? You don't. If you can't do it to his face at the game, don't do it, right? What he did to Bennington was wrong, and I just bit my tongue. So somebody can always talk about me chewing my tongue. I just bit it pretty good. That hurt. Your distaste for Manny. I'm not who you're talking about there, bud. I mean, yes. Obviously ORR. Of course, no sign from Vince. I don't think Vince is going to come back. Right? I don't think Vince is going to come back one bit. Right? I kind of went off on him on that because again, if you're going to do it both ways. Yeah, it'll be like that. I thought, I'm not good with trolls. I admit that. Yeah, and that's where I am, Jeff. I'm at the same thing, right? I'm at the same thing. I got kicked out. So they had on Instagram. They had someone was showing the press conference, and I made Stand with Nas one of the dirtiest players in the game, and they kicked me out. So they're yeah. So he might be here. If he is, he is. Let's put him as an Avs game. I'm worried tonight. Avs fan, I'm worried tonight. Well, Nick, thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. I got no problem with fans from other teams joining us and talking. I don't. I really don't. I love it, but make sure the talk is fair. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. But make sure you talk it both ways, right? Danny says, "I hope I heard Stan with DP out there tonight." I hope so. That would kind of be cool. I have to stand behind the recliner for the whole game. That's where I stood for the tying goal and all of OT. Oh, that's what I didn't do yet. Okay, hold on. There we go. This is what I was wearing. We were down 3-0. I put this on, and the next thing we're up we end up winning the game. So I'm going with that. I'm going with that. Kevin put the hat on that he had on the other night. I'm having trouble with my Misi again. Can't even leave for a potty break. Bob, Karen is going to have to hold the bottle for you or something. Ryan has his lucky shirt and hat from Game 5. Getting my chicken tacos ready in case we win tonight. Well, there you go, Danny. I got to put another fan on. This thing's hot. There we go. Get a fan on so I'm not burning up and dying in here. Oh, wow. Look at this guy. They're showing one of the Blues fans. Oh, man. He's got a Blues flag on him. He's got blue notes on his cheeks. And right. I love it, man. I love it. You know, no one is thinking we're going to win this game. Right. All the betting is against us. Let me see where if I can get in here. I was looking at Money Puck for tonight's game. And they already, right off the bat, have it 70-30, right? Actually, it's kind of closer to 60-40, but it's not. It's still, I mean, you'd think a home game, you'd be closer to 50-50. They've got it at 60.2 to 39.8. Husso is confirmed. They're talking about Husso on TNT here. Yeah, he made big saves in the first period. I agree with that. I do. He had a better game. He had a better game there. He really did, and I was happy with that. Nick says if the Blues win tonight, home ice won't matter for the Avs. I kind of feel the same way, Nick. I felt like this is the series here, right? We play good as underdogs. We have in the past. I heard a lot on the NHL Network picking us. Well, I did, but none of the betting sites are. All the betting sites have us against us. I can't believe you can wear a jersey, guy. I'd probably be dead. It's 70 here today in Alaska. No, Kyle, it's actually like in the 90s here. And, you know, I got the fans on, but, you know, I got it rolled up, so it's a little bit better for me. And with my long hair, it doesn't help. But, hey, is what it is, right? Bet the over 6.5. I actually think it would be I would say the under this time, because this is a game where I think the Blues have to win one 3-2, 2-1, 1-0, something like that. I really do. I think the Blues need to win that low scoring game. So that's not who they are, and they normally don't. Right? They were 9-17-10 when scoring 3 goals or less. And in this playoffs, they haven't won a game scoring 3 goals or less. In fact, they're what, 4, 5, 6-0 when scoring 4 goals or more. 6-0 when scoring 4 goals or more, and they're 5-0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-0 are 0-5 when scoring 3 goals or less. Right? Saying this is the biggest game in Kemper's life. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Every game but game 1. Game 1 against the Wild, he got the shutout. Right? Game 1 against the Wild, he got the shutout. I'm nervous for the game tonight. Hey, it's a game. You do what you do. It's going to be hard to do a low-score game. I don't think so. I think that's the... I think if you can play that style of game, if you can play a puck control game and get them off their game, you can keep this as a low-scoring game. And if the Blues can get a power play early, they can do something with it, right? You know, the best things that happened to the Avs, and I bet you Nick would agree, was Bennington getting hurt. If Bennington doesn't get hurt, I think this is 3-2 St. Louis, or St. Louis 1-5. to be honest with you. Bennington was outplaying beyond a shadow of a doubt, outplaying Kemper. Right? And you got to remember, when he went out, I think the Blues were up 1-0. Right? I think the Blues were up 1-0 when Kemper went out. You know, and I agree with you, Rob. I do. Right? I do. Win or lose tonight, I'm proud of these guys for the way they fought back, the way, you know, I said it in the article. I said it in the article, you know. The Blues, have been, in the last 72 hours, the Blues have been through the ringer. Well, you know, warranted or not, it's still shitty when it happens. Right? And it takes a lot out of you. And you know what? They were ready for it, and they prepared. You know, the Blues need to just be the Blues tonight. Play their game. And if their game is score 4 goals and win, then score 4 goals and win. As much as I'd like to see them have that low-scoring goal. But do what you need to do to win tonight. That's it. Because if you win tonight, you definitely bring up those ghosts of playoff paths in the Avalanche. Yeah, well, I agree with that. Husso has not been on. Maybe he gets his focus back. Maybe. I hope so. Husso has been a better goalie in the regular season, but Bennington was great before getting hurt. Bennington was actually, the last month of the season, his numbers were really getting there. He was showing signs of being back to where he was. I agree with you there, Kyler. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. I sent Marco invitation, but I haven't seen him jump on yet. Let me see. Nope, not seeing him here. I know I sent him an invitation, but he hasn't. I don't know if he has to work tonight or whatever, but, you know, if Marco can show up, he'll show up. Or he'll send me a message and let me know. So he's our guy. We love him to death. Even though, but even Marco has said he's one of the few Avs fans that have gone and said, yes, Kadri shifted his weight and tried to hurt Bennington. Right? You know, and I guess he didn't send me the link. There was a police officer that took that video and put it in their ballistic stuff, and their ballistic stuff shows it. Here's Ryan O'Reilly.
Ryan, we saw the big chief there after you guys won, the old going crazy. How did you settle him down? You're the captain. Did you have to settle him down for tonight?
Oh, no, definitely not. But, yeah, a lot of emotion that last game. I think not just him, from everyone, though. But, you know, it was a big win. You know, the way, having great resilience, sticking with it right to the very end and finding a way to get that one. And now it's back here to do some work.
Hey, Ryan, Hank here. Other than last game, you guys been doing a great job with McKinnon. How do you approach that challenge as a group?
You know, whoever's on the ice against him, it's 5 guys kind of working together, and that's, reading his speed when he's winding up, getting some little skin on him, slowing him down every chance we can. Obviously, you saw last game how dynamic he is, but, all 5 guys on the ice got to be aware of him and make it tough on him.
Ryan, it's Biz here. I'm going to piggyback Hank here. You've been doing such a good job against him in that line. Given the fact that he was able to get away from you, have success in Colorado, is that something you go and ask Chief for in the locker room and say, hey, I want that matchup?
I think we know it. I think it's just something as a group kind of we talked about. We know that, he's one key to.
No, that's enough so I don't get in trouble from TNT. But, I like what O'Reilly's saying. You know, we're just got to go out there and do our game. We got to be a 5-man unit. And that's what's important. Be a 5-man unit. If they're a 5-man unit tonight, we win this game. We absolutely win this game if they're a 5-man unit. Oh, they're showing how he was not even looking at the play. He was looking up when the goal went in. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Hey, let me say a big old thank you to Jason Nichols, Joanne, Kenny Jamerson, Brandon White, Sammy Helms, Danny Johnson, Jeff Horseman, August SB, Tammy Pendleton, and Don Bichetta, Kyler Tyler, Nick Elo, Matt Enlow, Robert Morton, and everybody else who's watching the show. We thank you so much. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Got about 10 minutes before puck drop. I just hope that the Blues do the things they need to do tonight. My expectations for the first period are simply to see 2 heavyweights who aren't sure what the other one's going to do. So we're going to throw a little jab here, a little jab, little jab, little jab, little jab, and wait to see who throws that first right hook. Wait to see who throws that first right hook. Actually, Nick, I'm on before the game, at the intermissions, and then post game. So I'll be here at the intermissions, Nick. You know what? Tell your Colorado fans, tell your friends to come on the show. We appreciate it. Yay, IOU, I missed you. And we are here. We're a great hockey club. So much heart, fight, and character. We're going to play together tonight and go back to Denver. Let's muted go. I agree with you there, buddy. I agree. Yeah, he does intermissions and post game. Yep, I'm here. I do it for you guys. If this goes game 7, I will stay on for all of game 7. I won't click away on Sunday. I will stay here for the holiday weekend. He needs to be darkness. He absolutely needs to be. Right? He absolutely needs to be. This is it. This is that game. And now, hey, I was looking at this earlier. All right, I talked about it yesterday, but I'll go over this real quick. Colorado Avalanche in game 6s, they're 14-18. On the road, they're 8-for-11, 421. 421 winning percentage, 42%. Right? When they lead 3-2, they are 12-5. 12-5. When a series starts at home like this one, they're 6-3. So that's pretty good numbers. But remember, when they led 3-1, they were 11-2, and we got one. Right? For St. Louis, our game 6s. Did I read the right game 6s here? Right game here. Let me double check. Yeah, 14-18. I did. Let me check go to the next one. For St. Louis, in game 6s, they are 17-23. At home, they are 10-9, 52.6%. 52.6%. When they trail 3-2, they are 4-21. Well, you know what? That's a lot better than the 2-12 and the 1-6 they were at home. Or when starting at home, they are 2-13. So they have won games in this situation. They have won games in this situation, and that's what's important. We're in this situation. We've won them before. Let's win again. I've won them before. Let's win again. It's not a great number. Starting on the road. Actually, this is starting on the road, I think. Starting on the road, they're in this situation 2-8, 200%, 20%. Got to do it tonight. Absolutely have to do it tonight. I believe that, and I think they can. Just subscribe. You're a cool one, Nick. Thank you. All I ask, Nick, look, I get it. You're a fan of your team. I absolutely get that. You can cheer your team all you want, but be fair about it. Be fair about it. And if you're going to be here when you win, be here when you lose. One of your Avs fans out there doesn't do that and just kind of torqued me off, and I went off on them. It is what it is. But here at the BlueNote Fan Report, we do our best to cover everybody fairly and equally and give everybody a chance. We're a program that's by the fan, for the fan, and about you, the fan. Oh, nice mask, guy. Oh, the kids are out tonight. Oh, we got 16 minutes. I thought we were like 5 minutes. We got a little bit of time. So we'll go about 10 more minutes, and then we'll let you get ready for the game. Blues are 0-0 when I'm standing behind the recliner. Well, there you go. Good one on you, Bob. The experience of the Blues being down 3-2 in round 2 in 19 could come up huge. Great point. Great freaking point. Right? The Blues have had a great season, and tonight, no matter what happens, they've had a good year. This has been a successful year with everything, the stuff that they've had in the playoffs and all of that, the adversity they've had. This has been a good year. They have done the things that they've needed to do. They played good hockey. They've been a good team all year long. And you know what? They still could end up with home ice in the Western Conference Finals. That's how close it is. Right? It could absolutely happen. I hope it happens. I absolutely do. By the way, in the intermissions or at the post game, I will go over our bracket challenge. bring up the bracket challenge. Some guys are doing good in there. Aaron Culture is leading with 106 points. He is 1 point ahead of Richard at 105. Michael Caprarati 2 has 104, and Hawaii Blues fan me has 101, tied with Steve B at 101. Let's Go Blues has 98. Shockey has 96. We'll show all these later. And in last place, bringing up the rear, is Slapshot Jones and Windy City Hockey. Oh, my goodness. But they all got lots of points left. They all have good amounts of points left, to be honest with you. I don't think anybody's really out of it. Big Bob's out. He's only got 126 points left. He's the only one that I think so far has picked somebody to win the cup that is no longer in the playoffs. Sorry, Bobby. Sorry, bud. I'm getting all giddy. I am too, Matt Lowe. I am too, man. This is why we love hockey. This is absolutely the thing about hockey that we love. And I, Matt Lowe doesn't think that I'm cool at all. Well, I appreciate that, Matt Lowe. Guys, let me just say this. It has been an honor to do this all year long. It really has. Right. And I hope to continue it. I hope the show keeps going. I hope my writing keeps going. I hope you guys keep reading the articles. I hope you guys keep, following me and doing what it want. Winning by 1 point, I'll take it. Yeah, Aaron, you are at the moment. You are, my friend. You are. And if the Blues end up winning this, I think you'll take a huge jump. Now, I did do something. I picked Colorado to win this series. And the reason I did it, now, before you guys all get mad at me, the reason I did it was twofold, right? First of all, if they win and move on, okay, I'm doing good in the picks. If the Blues win, I'm happy too. I'm happy either way, right? I had them winning the cup. I really did, since they didn't have but I hope they don't, and if they don't, if the Blues beat them tonight and Sunday night, then absolutely, I'll be absolutely ecstatic and amazed and won't care that my bracket went to crap. Won't care one bit. Will not care one bit, right? I'm wondering from you guys, we got a couple of minutes left. What are your expectations for the first period? What do you think is going to happen? And who's going to score the first goal tonight? Right? Who's going to score the first goal tonight? All right, let's see. So I'm waiting on you. What are your expectations and who scores the first goal? Ian, how you doing, my friend? You guys are in some bad shape, I've heard. I was listening today to NHL Network. They don't think Fiala's coming back. They think he's done there. My bracket is on fire right now. Let's go, baby. Falk scores first. Okay. Will there be a game 7? That's the question. Kyrou scores first too. We are talking about what are the expectations for game 1 and for the first period and who scores first. Torpedo scores first. I like that. More than likely gone. Yeah. Got to play like this the last game of the season. Leave nothing in the tank and get our first goal tank. I'm with that. I'll be able to play with that. Oh my goodness. I've been so good about not getting screwed up by these people, and then I get one of them. Yay me. Let's see. Nick says Blues have way too many guys who can score. Yes, we do. Yeah, that's one of them bots. That's one of them bots. We're playing with house money. If we win tonight, all the pressure will be on the Avs. It's on the Avs tonight. Money doesn't seem to work, but we're known that for about 5 months. Yeah. There was no distinct kicking motion. I'm so that still pisses me off. If Bobby is on the ice in spirit, I hope he scores first. Oh, Ryan, that's great. I like that. I really do, man. I really do. No, man, it ain't me. Oh, you guys, all the pressure's on the Avs tonight. Absolutely it is. And yes, Ryan. Yes, Ian. Where are we at? Perfect Shin lights the lamp in a cleanup, trash rebound. I'd like to see that. How about them? Well, I'm calling the Oilers the cheaters right now because that's how they won that game, by cheating, by the NFL screwing it. Jeff says they need to make it can't go off the skate at all. No, I disagree with that because I think it should be able to go off the skate. But I think that for a distinct kicking motion, you have to see that knee. The knee has to bend, right? I'm sorry, the knee has to bend, or there has to be some, like a side swipe, not a turning motion. And that's what Bissonnette's talking about. Hold for that game, for that being, I'm with you, Nick. 4-1 final net. Well, we'll talk about that later in the game there. We'll talk about that at the third period, but we kind of don't guess the games because it's just too hard. We just go period at a time. Oh, I know who he's for. He's going 4-1 Blues. I'm almost sure of it. Okay, guys, game is almost on. It's almost time. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for Blues hockey? This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, and I'll see you all at the first intermission. Let's go. Well, I don't need to say it.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues. Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's